Nate here, doing my expat lifestyle. I was not prepared for what happened to me. So it's election time here in the Philippines, and I had a pretty unique experience. Like and subscribe, and let's talk about it. All right, so the barangay I'm in, first let me tell you what a barangay is. So a barangay is essentially like a township in America. It's an area where they have their own local government, their own local areas, their schools, their community centers. And the one I'm in is in Navayas. Very interesting enough here. They have everything centralized. So you have the elementary school, and right next to it, you have the park area, which has basketball courts. They have a small stage for plays. And another thing they're building is the church, and they're currently building that, which is right behind me. So during the day they did a caravan where they all get in like scooters with posters on them and the song towels or the big trucks, and they go right around in a big circle talking on loudspeakers as loud as they possibly can. And while they're driving around, they basically say, hey, vote for me. I'm the guy who's going to be honest. I'm going to be the guy who doesn't steal, who does the best for the community, you know. But I'll tell you what, it's blaring loud. If you're up at 6 or 8 in the morning, you're going to be bombarded with this message. I don't know why they think it works. Frankly, if I hear a message at 6, 8 in the morning, I say, all right, that's the guy I'm not going to vote for. But I digress. So my landlord was running for barangay captain, and he invited me over to his home. And I'll tell you what, beautiful home. He had very large plot of land. So in this plot of land, they grew a little bit of food, but it was mostly like chickens and cows. They do some kind of like plant growth. They even grow grass for some construction uses. I'll show you that. They let the grass grow pretty long because they end up using it for the roofing. And I walked along his land, bunch of fishing ponds, really great setup. Really like something I would look forward to if I had a family in the States. I take a taxi there. I pay my 100 peso or whatever, go to his barangay. And as soon as I get there, they drop me off at the basketball court, which is kind of part of the area with all the schools, and they got a bunch of kids hanging out there. And as soon as I get there, kids are swarming the taxi, like 10, 12 kids. The taxi driver says something to them. I can't understand it. It's all in a foreign language. And I tell them, hey, you know, I'm here to see Jim. They kind of look at me as like, Jim, you know, and about 12 of them all walk me to his house. Very unusual. So I get there, I see his wife, very lovely. Everyone, as soon as I come in, all eyes are on me. I'm the weirdo, right? All eyes on me. I'm saying hello to some people, and I see his wife. I say hello to his wife. She sets me up around some of the guys, you know, and we start talking. The question that always comes up, where are you from? So I always say Iloilo, because that's where I'm living. But I know what they mean. Usually I'm just teasing around. And Jim shows up, and all of a sudden he starts introducing me to people. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm 39, single guy, and he starts introducing me to people, not as like, oh, hey, this is Heather, this is Jim, this is, you know, so-and-so. He doesn't do that. It's more, hey, this is Sarah, she's single. This is Samantha, she has a boyfriend. So there's like this thing in the Philippines where they're very much concerned with your relationship status. And you'll hear this as like one of the first questions you hear is, where are you from? Are you married? Do you have kids? How long are you here for? And what do you think of it? Pretty much those are the main questions you're going to get any interaction you have, whether it be a taxi driver, lady at the mall, a shop clerk, somebody while you're standing in line at the grocery store, anywhere you go, that's going to be the first questions you get. So when they introduce someone, the way they introduce is usually their name, their relationship status, and that's pretty much it. That's kind of how they introduce each other. It's very different. So he sits me down, we're talking, and I'm getting just so much attention. It's making me anxious, making me feel very self-conscious with the amount of attention I'm getting from everyone there. But they're getting ready to sit down and do their meeting for the watchers. So there's these people that sit at like every election area. In the United States, they're usually like little old ladies that volunteer. But here in the Philippines, there are people of every age, and they're paid for it. It's a paid service, and they just kind of make sure that nobody's double voting, that there's no shenanigans. So they sit me down, I'm sitting down. At first they put a plastic chair right in the middle of the big circle of people. So I'm super self-conscious by that. I immediately move my chair to the outside so I can sit in the circle with everyone. I don't want everyone looking at me like I'm some kind of spectacle to behold. Next thing I know, there's two people bringing out a sofa, a couch. So everyone else is on plastic chairs, and they move a couch and they tell me I should sit there. But it was very odd to be sitting on this couch while everyone else, including my landlord, who's the barangay captain, so he's the politician guy, and it's his house, yet he's putting me on the couch as like the center of attention. Never experienced anything like that before, really making me feel like I'm very welcome guest. So he sits me down, and as I'm sitting there, and as you can see, there's like 30, 40 women all surrounded. Seems like more and more people funnel in. I think maybe they got the alert that there was something going on inside the barangay, so come check it out. And he sits there, he does his speech in there, and he does his, and his dad, who I guess is another politician somewhere in the area, talks for a little bit, and they have a girl come out and she reads English, I think from the government, because English is the official government language of the Philippines. All their government documents will be in English. She reads out in English, but she's also converting a lot of it to Tagalog or Ilocano, the language they speak here. I said it wrong, but whatever. And do that. I walk around a lot for that time. But as soon as I leave his house, I go to the Sorry is like a little convenience store. So I go there, I get a Coke, and the second I walk outside, everyone on the road is just staring at me. Like, what in the heck is this guy doing? So I go in, I say hello, I buy a Coca-Cola, like 20 pesos, so great deal, way better than I'm finding here in Mega World. And we end up chatting, I'm trying to talk to some people. I'm getting very unusual reactions from people. So the guys who speak English, they're happy to talk, they're sitting down. A bunch of the old guys like approached me and were trying to talk to me even though their English levels weren't great. And I sat with a bunch of the old timers for a long time, just kind of wanting to be around the wisdom of the elderly, as I have a tendency to do. Guys are fine, no problem from the guys. Kids, fine too. They all want to come up and say hello and talk and practice their English, cool. But the younger females from like 20s and 30s, they're all extremely shy, right? So the guys will talk to me, kids will talk to me, older ladies even, they'll talk to me. But that whole age demographic, they'll do this thing where like you'll start talking to them and they'll hide their face. They get very shy, and they don't really have that kind of just regular conversation I'm having with everyone else. A lot of times they're running up, they're dragging their friend to come see me, and she looks like she's getting ready to go run off, take off like she wants to. And I say, oh, hello, I'm Nathan, just being polite, regular polite, like I would be with anyone. But they're extremely shy, hiding their face, trying to run off. And the way it was described to me is not only is kind of like that feminine energy of like shyness and aloofness, but it's also that they're very self-conscious of their English proficiency. So they're scared that they're going to look foolish speaking English, which kind of goes around with that culture thing that we talk about in the West, is that saving face culture. They're very, very apprehensive to look foolish or make a mistake or even own the mistake. It's more of a caste society, so it's very important to them that they maintain the vision or the perception that they're high on the caste system, you know, because this, I mean, this is the difference between eating and not eating, right? So that's the way it was explained to me, is that they're very nervous about that lack of English proficiency. But so I'm having this interaction over and over again, and even some people I'm saying, you know, even some of the, I say guys fine, old ladies, children fine, oh hello, but that demographic I'm saying, oh hello, and I'm literally getting turned to the side, body language saying defensive, run away, get away. But the ones that are more apt to speak English talk for a little bit, but you can tell they're very shy, very nervous. So I hung out there for a while, and we were hanging out. I was trying to socialize with dealing with my own anxiety of having so much attention on me. And we did something called a boodle fi. This was so cool. I'm so grateful to Jim for inviting me over. Essentially what it is they get a bunch of tables and they clean off a bunch of banana leaves. And they put in like rice and hot dogs and catfish and other, whatever, some watermelon and mango and all sorts of food on there. And everyone just approaches the table and they just start eating with their hands. Like you get to the spot, and I'm a big guy, so I'm taking up like 3 Filipino spots, like shoulder to shoulder, right? Even though I'm standing side to side, I'm still, you know, 2 Filipino spots. So I sat there and I started eating, but then I noticed there were some younger guys that were like being polite. But everyone's like shoulder to shoulder, nut to butt, eating this food with their hands. It was so wild. But I ate a little bit and then I got out of the way so 2 guys could come in, 2 of the younger guys could come in and take up the space that I take. But it was super delicious, the catfish especially, and I've always loved watermelon. But it was so interesting to see people just glop a thing of rice with their hand, plop it in front of them, and just everyone go to town. At first I thought we would do like a marching thing, kind of like when you got a buffet set up and you take a little bit from each plate and you walk around a table. Oh no, you get your spot at the table and you start hands in, just go to town. Everyone is very conscious that they make sure they wash their hands beforehand. But it was super interesting. It's called boodle fi, and apparently they do it for certain kinds of occasions. From what they told me, it's not super common on birthdays, but elections, community events, smaller mid-tier holidays, they do it a lot. But if you can go ahead and participate in one of it, trust me, it's absolutely wild. You'll love it. You know, hopefully I get to go out there to the barangay again and go meet everyone and see everyone again. And shoot, since I've been gone, I've had probably about 6-8 people add me on Facebook. I gotta let them know. See me on YouTube. That's where I'm better to be contacted. Facebook, I don't really use like that. But, you know, these people are reaching out for contact, which I'm super humbled by. And overall, a great experience. And most importantly, congratulations, Jim, on making it as barangay captain. I'm sure you're going to do great for the community. You've mentioned over and over again how you're about honesty and integrity and doing what's right for your people. And from my dealings with you, I can say that that's who you are as a person. I'm super excited for you and your barangay. I hope you guys enjoyed my story about election season in the barangay. I know I enjoyed my time there. I'm super grateful. Check out some other videos while you're on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.